So, good day, everyone. You're welcome to the YouTube channel of Siafat Consult. My name is Engineer Shehu Isadibisi, and I just want to show you guys something very simple on proto structure. It's simple, but it's also very useful and very meaningful. So, I don't expect the video to be long, but I just feel that you guys are actually gonna um benefit from it. So, I'm gonna show you guys how to model a slender column. I'm also going to show you guys how to model I'll show you guys how to model a slant column, that is a column that is at an angle, and I'll also show you guys how to model an inclined beam. Yeah, so I'll show you guys how to model a slender column, a slant column, or a rake column, or I'll also show you guys how to model a beam at an angle. So because you might have some designs that might actually require you to actually model a slender column. There was a gatehouse, a very complex gatehouse I designed. So I think I had like about maybe 5 or 6 slender columns, and the columns were actually as high as I think 6.5 or 6.6 meters. So the columns are slender. So if you don't know how to model it, then how do you now solve the problem? Okay, so now let's proceed now. So let's take it first. I mean one step at a time. So the first one we are going to work on now is how to model a slender column. That's the first one that we are going to work on, a slender column actually. So now if you look at this column, you see that these columns are short columns. You see this one is actually okay. This is 3C14. So we'll use the grid line for C14 to show the slender column. So you see that this one is a short column. So this one is actually going from the first floor. Sorry, from the second floor to the roof. This is first floor, second floor. So it's going from the first floor to the roof. This one is going what from the first floor to the second floor, and this one is going from where? This one is going from the ground floor to the first floor. Yeah. So these are all short columns. Yeah. So these are all short columns. So I'm gonna now change it now. So you see that these columns are, if you look at it very well, you see that these columns are short columns that I've said. And you see that the columns are 33 meters. So you see this is 3 meters, 3 meters, and this is also you see that when I over if I put my mouse on it, it tells me the height of the columns, which is 3 meters. So now I'm gonna change this now to a single column of 9 meters. I'll change it now to a single column of what 9 meters now. Now I need you to watch and pay very close attention to how I'm actually gonna do the modeling of the slender column. So now let's use now because it is a slender column, that means it's starting. So let's delete this column. Let's delete this, right? Yeah. So and let's also delete this also. So we are left with only the column at story 3, right? So the next thing we need to do now is we need to right click. We'll click on properties. Now let me show you guys the trick about this thing. Now this one is one. This is one. Remember that it is actually um the column is actually spanning across three stories. That's ground to first, first to second, then second to roof. So you see now this is one now. Then the next floor now is two, while the ground floor is three. So you come to this place now, then you put three. That means I'm saying that I want it to span in three. I want it to be a slender column at both for the ground to first, first to second, and the second to the roof. Then you now come here and click on update. Are we there? So now you see that this is now a single column now. See this is if I click on it now it's a single. Now you see when I hover around it, you see that it's actually telling me that the column is what 9 meters. I believe this is simple, right? This is actually very simple. Okay, let me do. Okay, I don't want the video to be long, but let me do another one. another one. Okay, I've done this one already. Okay, let me do this one. So, okay, let me show you guys something. So I delete this. I also delete this, right? So let me click on this now. Now, instead of 3 now, let me put it on 2. That means what I'm saying is that I want it to stop at the first floor if I put it on 2. So let me put 2 here now. Let me put 2 here now and let me click on update. So you see that it's a slender column, but so you see that the height of this is going to be 6 meters, right? Okay, but I actually want it to be, but I actually want it to stop at the ground floor. So I go to properties, then I go to what 3 meters, then I click on what update. Very good. So this one is clear. So I believe this one is clear. Right. Okay. So let me show you guys now how to model um a rake column, or a column that is rake or slant, a column that is at an angle. So um so we're gonna use this. We'll use this, right? We'll use this as an example. So this is what this is okay, this is 1C11. So let's go to the plan view. Yeah, so let's go to the plan view. So let's go to 1C11, right? So let's go to column. Then we'll click on 1C11 so it can highlight it for us. Okay, so this is 1C11. Now I want it to come inside. I mean, what I'm trying to say is this. I'm coming. Let me bring out my snipping tool. Let me bring out my snipping tool so you try and get what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I want it to come inside. What I'm trying to say is this. I want it to. I want something like this, and I want something like this, and I want something like this, right? So, okay, I believe you have a picture of what I'm saying. So what we are going to do is this. Now, I want it to come to. I want the column to slant to green line 3. I want it to be in the same green line as that of green line 3, right? So, this is what you're going to do. So, you click on this. You right click and click on properties. Then you click on this bottom insertion point. You click on it. Then you click on this and you click on update, right? Now let's go to the 3D and let's see what we have there. Let's go to the 3D and let's see what we have there. Okay, so you can see that the column has been inclined, right? You can see that it has been inclined at, you see that it's actually at the same grid line as this. Can you see? So let me pick another one again and let's see. So let me just let me pick another one again and let's see. Or let me pick this. This one is 3. This one is 1C1. Okay, let me see if I can do it here. So let's click on what? So let's go to properties, right? Let's go to bottom insertion point. Then let's click on this and let's click on update. Okay, so you can see that this one is actually also very, very simple. So this is how you actually model a slanted column. Now the next one is, how do we model a beam also that is also that as in this that's also inclined at an angle. That's also inclined at an angle. So okay, let me try and explain this to you guys. Now let's use like a quarter frame as an example now. So you have this for a okay, let me bring out my snipping tool. So you have this now, right? You have this, so you go to new. Okay, so we bring this out. So now the architect should actually tell you the slope percentage that he wants you to do. So this one now, you have this one you have 1 and you have 10, right? So what this is saying is that at every 10 meter, at every 10 meter, I'm having a slope of 1 meter, right? At every 10 meter, I'm having a slope of 1 meter. So if I'm actually gonna do a beam to be inclined, I need to have that information of what the slope percentage of the beam is. So like this one now. So let me just use the analogy I just did now. So okay, I want this to be inclined. So we click on this now. Then we'll go to properties, right? So I mean when we go to properties, you go to 3D. Now if you look at this very well, you see that this is I now because I want the I to go up, right? I want the I to go up. So we just come here and put 1000 mm. You update. Okay, come in. So let me click delete this. Let's go to control. Let's do control Z. Okay, so let's take that out again. Let me see if this is actually recording. Okay, it's recording. So now I want this to be at an angle now. So let's click on this. You see that we have I and J. So depending on the one I want to be at the angle. So I want the slope percentage to be 1 meter. So just click on 1000 or click on update. Can you see? Right? Can you see? Okay. So let's see. Okay, so let's see for this also. Okay, maybe this one we want the J now. We want the J to, so let's see for this. Right? So let's go up. So let's go to 3D. So I want the J to be at an so let's click. So 1000, right? So you have 1000, then you click on update. Can you see? Okay, so if I want it to go down, then I'll just put a minus. I want it to go down, I'll put a minus. So let's go to properties. So I want the J to go down now. So I'll just put minus 1000 and let's click on update, right? So I believe this is actually understandable. It's actually very so. I mean, we'll be able, being able to treat um a slender column. And we've also been able to actually treat a Rake column or a slanted column. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.